Greetings, 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 royal family and royal guests. Welcome back to another episode of the Morning Boogie with me, Royal B. Make yourself comfortable as you're coming in. Hit that like button. I want you guys to drop your commentary throughout the broadcast. Share your thoughts and opinions. If you're watching the replay, you can do the same. Share your thoughts and opinions. So this is going to be a quick Morning Boogie episode. Okay, we got Leonard McKelvey on the list. We also have Clifford Harris and Curtis Jackson. So the Three Stooges, pretty much. Just wanted to come through and give some quick commentary and some updates about these three gentlemen. And I use the term gentleman loosely for some of them. But before I start, I have a question. Not necessarily the question of the day, but the question of the day. If I had one arm, okay, you with me? And I decide to go and get a manicure, wouldn't I be eligible to pay, or would I be eligible to pay half price? I say yes. I should be able to get 50% off if I have one arm and I'm going to a manicure. What say you, royal family? I say yes. Now, this was a thought-provoking question that me and some of my immature intellectual friends were having. There was actually a debate about this. So I say yes. What say you? Put it in the comments. All right, let's get this show on the road. First up, Leonard McKelvey. That is Charlamagne's real name, Leonard McKelvey. Comedy Central is prepping a weekly talk show with the Breakfast Club's Charlamagne the God. So congratulations, Leonard. So the Viacom CBS cable network is set to launch the show later this year, hopefully ahead of the U.S. presidential election in November. This is according to the New York Magazine, and they are the ones who broke the story. Of course, they want this launch to happen before November, because definitely they're going to be, Comedy Central especially, even Charlamagne, they're going to be covering this. So it's just more ratings for these networks. So they're definitely going to push to make sure that this airs before November. It's the latest comedy talk show for Comedy Central, which airs The Daily Show with Trevor Noah after it canceled Lights Out with David Spade earlier this year. Charlamagne the God, also known as Leonard Larry McKelvey, is best known for his New York syndicated radio show, The Breakfast Club, which was recently in the headlines thanks to Joe Biden and his interview. Oh, please. He was previously a cast member on MTV2's The Guy Code and hosted Charlamagne and Friends and Uncommon Sense for the network. Chris McCarthy, president of entertainment and youth group at Viacom CBS, told New York Magazine, Charlamagne's voice is very right for today. It's fresh and real and resonating in a way that very few can do. So Charlamagne says, giving me a TV deal almost 10 years ago didn't really make any sense. This is what he told the magazine, which I agree with. He said, I was a radio guy. It's easy today. You know what? I think Charlamagne the God needs a talk show now. But almost 10 years ago, for him to have that vision, that did a lot for me. A lot of my success right now is because of those looks that I got on MTV2 and Viacom at the same time. So congratulations to Leonard McKelvey. I do think that he is a right fit for a TV show, and I do think that he had to prove himself. He came in the game pretty much being a shock jock, and let's give credit where credit is due. He was under the tutelage of Wendy Hunter Williams. Or Wendy Williams, formerly Wendy Hunter. Either way, he was Wendy Williams' right-hand man when Wendy was doing radio back in the day. So he learned the ropes from Wendy and her then husband. And he maximized and the opportunity capitalized off of that. And he just mastered the art of being quote unquote inappropriate, getting people uncomfortable, saying things to people to either get a rise out of them or a laugh or a uncomfortable reaction. Shock jock. It works. And then we discovered that Charlamagne does have a little bit of sense with him when he started introducing, Dr. Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed, Boyce Watkins, it was because of Charlamagne, really, that those type of guests or those men visited the Breakfast Club. And then he goes back to his typical shenanigans, getting into beefs with these rappers and having questionable behaviors behind the scene, accusations being made. And he's mastered also the art of the relationship, building rapport with people, making the right connections, because Charlamagne had his hand in Guy Code and then Girl Code on MTV2. It's a show that I used to watch. Very funny. So he's created shows he's helped out Amanda Seales, and who else did he help out? I forgot who else, but he did it the right way. So yes, although when he first came out, everyone's like, yeah, Charlamagne needs his own show. But I think that he did the right thing by building the right relationships, building momentum. And we'll see what he has, we'll see what he has to offer. So hopefully it will be a show that will last. A lot of people have canceled Charlamagne. That's fine. I totally understand why. But we shall see. Comedy Central, so they're probably going to give him some leeway to do whatever it is that he wants because he has a relationship with the bigwigs. So I'm not mad at it. Moving along. Speaking about characters, Curtis Jackson. So this weekend, he made, this guy, man. He made an appearance on Lil Wayne's Beats One Young Money radio show. And during their conversation, 50 made remarks about, quote unquote, the angry black women who are mad that men like, quote unquote, exotic girls. So he thought that this was funny, and he goes on to say, they mad, they get angry. You see a lot of sisters go, you F with this kind of girl and that kind of girl? That ish is exotic. That ish look a lot different than the ish you see in the neighborhood all the time. That ish looked like it came off of a boat. This is what 50 said. So although he faced a whole bunch of backlash, 50 stands by his remarks. So the Shade Room actually posted a clip of 50 saying these things and Lil Wayne laughing. So 50 reposted it with the caption, the Shade Room ain't ish for this. What I said is true. Now picture me unaffected, unapologetic, and unavailable for any other comments. AKA 50 don't give a damn. So along with fans, some women who are or used to be close to 50 responded to this exchange. People also bashed Lil Wayne for laughing at 50's comments. What do you guys expect from Lil Wayne? The brain cells that Lil Wayne has left, no disrespect, the ones that he has left, most of them are probably operating at 40% of their capacity, if that. I'm being generous. What do you expect from Lil Wayne? This also prompted his daughter, Lil Wayne, that is, Reginae Carter, to make a post affirming her confidence in her skin tone. So after 50's ex-girlfriend, 50's ex-girlfriend, Vivica A. Fox, she made an appearance on Claudia Jordan's panel show on Fox Soul, and she claimed that the rapper wants women that don't, quote, challenge him. Oh boy, you should have stayed out of this, but I know that they asked her. Here we go, y'all. Here's the audio, what Vivica said.
Go first if you like.
He just has such boy tendencies. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
He's just like, when I read that, I was like, really? You would say that because you don't want anyone to challenge you or talk to you. You want somebody to sit over there and be a pretty little doll that you can just pay, right? Can't handle a black woman, can you?
So she basically said that's Vivica, and she says she was asked, what does she think about it, of course. And she says that you just want somebody, that 50 just wants somebody to sit over there like a little pretty little doll that he can tell what to do. She said, you can't handle a black woman, can you? Now, mind you, she's shimmying her shoulders and her neck is like rolling. So, of course, 50 Cent saw this, right? And he reposted that clip. And he captioned the repost, Vivica, still in love with me. I dated her for 4 months. 7 years ago, and she's still angry with me. I'm starting to feel like my eggplant emoji, and he put an eggplant emoji, is serious. Now, the rapper's current girlfriend, Cuban Link, took to social media to say she, quote, already knocked him upside his big head for what he said. Now, on social media, people were calling for 50 to be canceled, saying that his music should be canceled. He doesn't have out any new music, right? Not that I know of. And his shows, anything that he's affiliated with, etc., should be canceled. We should stop giving 50 all this attention. Can I tell y'all what ticks me off about this? The fact that people keep referring to Power as 50 Cent's show. And I'm serious. Courtney Kemp is the writer and the creator of Power. Please stop calling it 50 Cent show, please. I don't care if he has executive producer credit. I know he was the one that put up the finances behind the show, and he helped pitch it to stars using his name and his likeness to promote the show. But as far as the storylines, the creation of every single character, the writing of every single line, every single scene, every plot, it's Courtney Kemp. That really irks me. And I oftentimes correct people like, that's not 50's show, that's Courtney Kemp's show. Let's give credit where credit is due. That's the only thing that annoys me about this. Also, I don't think that 50 Cent should apologize for anything. He meant it, and that's his business. Just like I don't feel that B. Simone should apologize for saying that her preference at this point in her life is to date someone who is an entrepreneur just like herself. Preference. She never kicked 9-to-5 workers back in. She never said anything negative. And then she went on to explain herself and apologize and do all that apologizing. You like what you like. 50, on the other hand, yes, he's entitled to like what he liked. But the whole angry black woman, just perpetuating that stereotype that's never been used to benefit any black woman. You know, because some stereotypes can be beneficial. But I digress. I'm not offended. I'm a black woman. I'm blackity black. And I'm not offended. There's nothing that Curtis can say that would offend me. If he was Malcolm X or Marcus Garvey, then, you know, I'd be all in my feelings. I'd be hurt. I would be, and disappointed. He doesn't care. So I choose to reciprocate that same energy. I don't care. That's his opinion. However, I do understand why this would upset many people. It doesn't offend me. This is my opinion. But I get that it can be offensive to some. And I think that we would do ourselves a huge justice if we... Why are we holding Curtis Jackson's opinions on black women in such high regard? Because he's a black man? You don't meet the qualifications, in my opinion. And not to mention, 50 Cent could very well feel the opposite of what he said. I'm not defending him, but he knows that this is going to get him attention. We know that he's a troll. No, that's not an excuse for his behavior, but he's made it very clear what his objective is. Look how quick look how quick he responded to Vivica's response. He was waiting for Vivica to respond. He was waiting for people that don't care for him to respond. He was waiting. He's gonna have so much fun with this. Not to mention he's been promoting Pop Smoke's album, the late Pop Smoke. I don't know. He has something to do with that, right? So this is good promotion for him. Yes, it is negative rhetoric. It perpetuates a negative stereotype. 50 Cent has done nothing but perpetuate negative stereotypes as far as women is concerned for as long as he's been out. And he hasn't been canceled yet. I don't even subscribe to cancel culture. I'm just saying. But, you know, I get it. And for those of you who are offended by what 50 Cent said, you know, I understand. I get it. I'm not going to be a jerk about it or whatever. But for the others that don't care what 50 Cent has to say, I'm right along with you. Just like he doesn't care. He knows what he's talking about when he says these things. This is how he feels. Once I know how someone feels, I would much rather let you do what you want to do so I can see what you would rather do. And then I treat you accordingly. looking for 50 Cent to edify me whatsoever. Not at all. Not at all. He has his own skeletons, as we all do. He thinks that this is comical. Anything to get a rise out of someone or to evoke emotion, he giggles at. He's like a child that constantly needs attention. So mission accomplished. Look, Vivica Fox responded, and she had an attitude about it. You know, not that she shouldn't, but, 50 loves it. He loves that. That's all that he needed. If I was Vivica, I wouldn't have said anything, but she's entitled to say whatever she wants to say. 50 Cent is not difficult to figure out, y'all. Like, he's the least of our worries. Moving along. This guy, Clifford Harris. So he recently responded to snitching allegations. I'm like, again? Why is this coming back up? So T.I., he took it upon himself to clear his name again after being accused of snitching. So he was on Instagram Live and he was speaking with comedian Kelly K-Dub Walker. And during their conversation, T.I., he addressed the reoccurring accusations that he snitched. So people also... Oh, Lord. People also brought up his Crime Stoppers video. And he goes on to say, I would play the audio of what T.I. said, but it's laced with profanity. So here I go. Reading T.I. F you and your life, ninja. If you see a snitch, ninja, slap him when you see them. Knock his nose off. This is what Tip is saying. I'm doing my best, y'all. All right, so he continues, next time I'm out, instead of asking for a picture like a little HOEASS ninja, ninja, come on, knock my nose out if you think I'm a snitch. Ninja, quit smiling in my face, trying to get in my MFing section. Whew, I made it. All right, so these accusations, they have followed T.I. for years and recently resurfaced after his Crime Stoppers video reappeared on the internet. So Tip, he explained that he did a drop at the request of the court because it would help get him from under a potential 20-year sentence. Now, a drop is when, like... Let's say I wanted Biggie Smalls to, like, do a voiceover for a radio show that I have. That's a drop. And he remixes the lyrics or something. T.I., this was a whole commercial for Crime Stoppers. This wasn't a drop. Whatever you want to call it, sir. He then broke down the basic meaning of snitching before claiming that he's willing to have a paperwork party to prove he's never given information to the feds. Let me tell you something. Some of these men or people in general and their super, super, super fragile egos, can be extremely entertaining at times. So check out listen to T.I.'s drop, his Crime Stoppers drop for the network. Like to hear it? Here you go.
Y'all, some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of Tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you got to do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIPS. Channel 2, Community.
All right, there you have it. So that was T.I.'s drop. So his Crime Stoppers commercial resurfaced. Yeah, the internet is so brutal. And somebody had the nerve to caption the video that they uploaded. This you? Oh my goodness. So T.I., he was arrested back in 2007 on weapons charges and served a year in prison. In December of last year, Blueface's manager, Whack 100, actually accused Tip of cooperating with authorities for a lighter sentence. So Tip goes on to say, I never gave no MFing information to get anybody in no MFing trouble. No time with no police. This is still his rant. If I am working with a police, it'll be to get him to SHOOTU. So as I'm watching the video and I heard that, I just shook my head. Wasn't surprised, but I just shook my head. That last sentence, he'll be apologizing for soon. Saying he's gonna be like, I didn't mean it, I was angry, whatever. How reckless or irresponsible, I should say, of Clifford to say these things, especially that last sentence, at a time like this and on an Instagram video. Where's the common sense? Where is the common sense? He also wants to have a versus battle with 50 Cent. I saw that recently. I'm just like, oh, God, this is so gross. Like, this is, I mean, even though he's a married man, but still, like, men with this type of mentality is what, this is what some single women have to pick from, huh? This is, this is what we got. Ugh. Anyway, royal family, that's all I got. I can't with the Three Stooges. I'm done with them. Be sure to drop your comments, those of you who joined the live broadcast today, pre-recorded, but live broadcast. Thank you. If you're watching the replay, be sure to like, comment respectfully. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're clicking the notification bell. I do want to give a continued warm welcome to the new royal family members. Thank you and welcome. Make yourself comfortable here. And to my existing royal family members who's been holding it down for over a year now, I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you. All right, y'all. So I am signing off. Make sure those notifications are on. I'll be back real soon. Until next time, folks, I love you for watching. Peace.